Every day we wake up, there are new opportunities presented and the chance to start a new journey. In a variety of fictional occasions, this freedom is taken away and replaced with a looping of events, places, and interactions. Considering this from a horror perspective, many titles use a looping approach to apply a sense of confusion and suspenseful trickery as a way to inflict fear in players. I'm Scruncha with DreadXP, and in this video we'll be warping through 10 looping indie horror games. For this list, we'll be focusing on horror games that use a time looping technique in environments, events, and/or interactivity. As usual, this list does not have a particular order, so if you see a title on a number you don't agree with, no need to get twisted. Number 10, Space Project. If you're getting into this experience thinking that you'll be thrown into instant spooks, you'll probably be confused when you're mopping the floors without a mop head. Cleaning up whatever this is, you return to the janitor's closet where the real experience begins. Leaving the closet and finding it to be slightly different, you walk through a green screen set that appears to be set up for a space recording. As you may have guessed, you're caught in a loop where each time something has changed. Look out for moving props, background details, and of course, those mannequins. Whether it's them breaking stuff and causing a ruckus or not, I wouldn't blame someone for wanting to flee to space just to get away from this space production. I feel like there should be some variation of When Pigs Fly saying when mannequins move on their own. At least the chances in this game are pretty high. Number 9, Slide in the Woods. Be honest, when you see a playground, you either have nostalgic memories of joy-filled times you may have had on one, or if you're like me, you still have fun on playgrounds. In this game, this is why some of us are not surprised when you play as a character that just can't stop sliding down this slide in the middle of some woods. Through every loop of this slide, it's apparent that you've been sliding for a long time, given that it's already dark outside and requires a flashlight. Still caught up with this unforgettable slide, a newspaper is found stating that residents of a local town have disappeared without a trace. Based on the banging of some bars, it's safe to say there might be an idea where some of these missing people have gone. But hey, that's not gonna ruin your sliding fun. Finding the next time you slide to be abnormally long and requiring you to crawl. A strange blob on chains is seen and must be lowered down to what seems like some sort of sacrifice to continue down the endless slide. One creepy interaction and more sliding later, you still do not get any concrete answers. But hey, you do finally reach the end, just in time to go back and slide again. I suppose there are less fun loops to be caught in. Number 8, Continuously. A sequel to the game Continuously has you start in a stairway loop where you as the player have no idea how you ended up there or the content it contains. Stopping on floor number 3, you are instantly put back in a hallway that takes you straight to floor 1 again. It's not long before looping through this series of events that something aggressive and sinister creeps in. Busting through floor number 2, it's discovered that a young woman was brutally murdered, but the cause of the murder was never uncovered. It's not long before a possible source of the murder is found out, resulting in many lamps having a powwow, a dead lady leaving you notes, and a variety of intense background sounds. Luckily for you, there is a conclusion to this looping endeavor. Just maybe not the one in our favor. Personally, I feel this complex needs more direction with their floors, but that might just be me. Number 7, We Went Back. Waking up as a result of a cryosleep error is never a good thing. Getting stuck in a time loop as the result of a cryosleep error is even worse. In this game, you are stuck in a spaceship where you must find a way to escape. Being trapped in the same, literally looping space station, There most definitely is a presence that makes you feel not alone. Sadly, this theory proves to be true as a creature is loose and is very interested in you. Look through clues and watch as the environment is thrown into chaos with every circle of the station, though it appears that the clues already hint at an inevitable doom. Whether it was our friendly space monster or some research gone wrong, it's obvious that the best thing to do would be to abort this mission. Number 6. Avarice. Described as PT with a twist, set in the 1900s, you, the player, play as Edward, a renowned explorer that has returned home after one of his expeditions went wrong, resulting in his dwindling mental stability. Walking through the house, Edward speaks of a particular mask that brings him back to the night, and a dark fixation he has to it. Learning from a radio that a ship sinking took the lives of 112 passengers, and the unknown death of his wife on the ship, Edward now stays alone in his home away from the public. Thinking at first it may be the ghost of his dead wife, it's quickly uncovered that it's most certainly not his wife. Going through the house over and over again, the environment starts to shift and dwindle. It's then discovered that the dark fixation Edward has with the mask is more intense than originally thought, as it was him who pushed his wife overboard to prevent having the mask taken from him. I've heard of people picking careers over relationships before, but this takes it to a whole new level. Number 5. Last Train Home. Sometimes we have those days after work where we just want to go home and relax away from our zombie state. In this title, you play as a character that is so far into the zombie state that he hops on the wrong train, leaving him confused about the direction and final location. In an attempt to figure out more about the train, you pass by sleeping beauties, unattended children, and a grunter? Eventually you strike up a conversation with a fella in his newspaper that seems to be looking for something, and apparently you make it your job to find it. Well, we know who will not be helping much with this treasure hunt. Gather objects, have more conversations, and walk between the same train cards. This brings you to finally having a conversation with our sick friend, who instantly says that you shouldn't be there. It's quickly found out why that reason is, because you are a possible dinner option for a creature on the train. People disappearing on the train make a lot more sense now. Lucky for you, you just have to spin 7 times to get off the train and the menu. An obvious solution that maybe we should try to apply more to our real-life problems. Number 4. Linger. There are moments in our lives where we are stuck and have nothing better to do but live through the same process. For this experience, you get exactly that, as you're trapped in an apartment on your vacation as the result of a snowstorm. If that wasn't unfortunate enough, you're also stuck reading a notebook that gives you daily instructions that just seems to get weirder and weirder. Flicking on electronics, turning off the lights, and staring at the TV for the process to begin seems like the start of some cult ritual. But hey, no need to worry. The note literally says to not be scared and to trust the process. You're all good. Right, all good. By day 4, it's noted that it's only a matter of time before she visits, and are told to answer the phone, which turns out to be someone breathing heavily on the other line. As days go on, you find out who she is, and the title Linger makes a lot of sense. If there's anything you can take away from this game, it's that TVs are bad, weird notes are left better ignored, and even creepy things like to snuggle. Number 3. Reminiscence. In looping occurrences, it can feel like you have all the time in the world. For this game, you have only moments before time collapses to save your family. through rewinding and warping through space. Going through what looks like a family home, memories and history line the walls, where items are fragmented and can be put back together with the manipulation of time using a stopwatch. Further exploration shares that the man's wife and child have gone missing, all while new technology involving time travel is in the works based on radio broadcast. Hopping through time over and over, the dimension starts to fight back, blaming you for the disappearances and sharing a ban on the time travel technology as the result of side effects and disasters.
New developments on the Sacramento disappearing story tonight, as police are suspecting you to be responsible. The man who scorched his wife and child alive, supposedly in the name of progress, only for the world to hold you in ridicule.
Going through a series of fixes in ever-changing environments, it turns out that no matter what, you'll always be late, pushing off an inevitable outcome. Some things just never change, even with time travel. Number 2, Apartment 327. In this complex time-traveling experience through the same house, your goal as the player is to escape the loop. The first year starts in 1923 and ends in 2016, involving the Elizondo family house. Solve puzzles, go through various years in the home, live through projectors, and use clues to understand experiments that are causing the horrors presented with every step closer. To keep this time-traveling adventure fresh for those who haven't played it yet, we'll keep this short. But a word of advice, flashes are your friend. Number 1, Routine. Other than the quality of a corpse pile game, what is more horrific than going through the same routine every day? In this title, you have exactly that, where you must follow your daily task. Alarm, pills, coffee, look out the slider, and watch TV. How exciting! Upon the end of your first day, the most thrilling thing is learning about a controversial particle accelerator, only to go to bed and start the routine all over again. Through a variety of endings, the science you read about on the first loop starts to plug into different outcomes, resulting in you punching you, an alien invasion, a movie set, and more. A seemingly simple routine turns out to not be as simple as we think, exhibiting that each day is new and we can make it whatever we want, as all of our actions have consequences. Though none of them seem to involve actually drinking the coffee you make. Thanks for nothing, corpse pile. The bulk of us can say that there's one day or event we wish we could go back to and do it all over again. The next time you think about that embarrassing thing you did at a party, or release some words you wish you could take back, remember there are dangers of time looping, especially when they end the way some of these games do. What did you think of our list? Certainly let us know in the comments below or tweet away at DreadXP on Twitter. Thanks for watching and stay positively spooky.